First off, I want to say sorry for the low light and the camera work. The sun sets mainly before I leave work. This is what it looks like when it's negative 22 degrees outside. And just want to say, several of my friends with regular internal combustion engine cars, their car didn't even start. Like, they didn't even go anywhere or do anything for multiple days. You drive down the highway and you see cars crash from black ice.
That person was not paying attention. What is that?
You know what that was?
What?
Look to the left. Do you see any power?
Oh,
Do you see any to the right?
no. But I see some up there. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Turn back on.
It was at everyone's house too.
What was I'm wondering what the green flare was.
This transformer's blowing up or something.
And semi trucks that just can't even go because the fuel gels up. And I just wanted to see how far I could go with my car and how long it would take to charge and what kind of charge rate I would get. So I decided to go out on this negative 22 degree day, even though there's a couple days that were like negative 28, but this is 22.
All right, I am going to drive my car 36 miles in negative 17 degree weather and go plug into a fast charger and see how fast it goes. Currently, the stats are the battery temperature is, I'm not even seeing it. Battery temp 42.8 degrees. Cabin heat is off. Power is, let's see, air temperature is negative 11.2 on there, but it says 17 on the car. I know it's 17. Battery percentage is 82%. And I reset the trip tick. It's right now telling me we're getting 3.9 miles per kilowatt hour, but as soon as I kick on the heat, that will drop. Here we go. All right, we drove a little further. We drove 41.2 miles. We used, I don't know exactly how many kilowatt hours because it wasn't completely done charging before we left. And our average was 2.1 miles per kilowatt hour, and the battery percentage is 45.5%. We noticed when we were driving, the heater did not ever go off of 7,500 watts, and the battery charger, or the battery heater, kicked on occasionally, and the battery get up to about 39 degrees and drop down to about 36 degrees and kick back on and go back up. Appears the battery coolant temperature is 44.6 degrees, so the battery's colder than the coolant. The air temperature is negative 22. Let's see, what else? The voltage is 349 volts. So I'm gonna go plug in and see if we can get this thing charging. Plug in. Oh, the cable is really stiff. Start. Tap card to end charging. 14 seconds, 0, battery 0, tap to end. So it's not going. Is it going now? Fault. Charge fault. Charger error 3. Where do I put it? Right there?
Card swiped.
No outlet available. Charge fault. No outlet available.
Let's try the other side.
What
No,
other
it's
side?
Chatham. Oh,
I can't try the other side. That's all we got.
okay. So we can go to the other charger down the street down there. Or is that not at level 2? Level 3. Is that not a supercharge?
I don't think that's level 3.
Okay, level 3.
Let me try it again. Paid station, plug into car. See charge point mobile app for pricing.
Authorizing. That's further than before, right? Authorized. Fault.
So when it's negative 22, doesn't work. Error 4024. Well, let's go figure out the next one. You think negative 21 degrees is cold? All right, so we are at our second charger, and now we've driven 52.8 miles, and the battery is now at 31%, and battery heating's off, battery temperature is 39, and we're going to make attempt number 2 to plug in.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. We like CCS. Start. RFID reader is there. Verifying. We're allowed to charge. Preparing to charge.
It's moving, right? I see the
31%. All right, let's get back in the car.
Okay.
Before I even turn the car on, I just want to kind of see what it's doing. It is heating the battery, and the car says it'll be done at 8:49 p.m. And what rate is going into the battery? 13 kW. That's pretty slow. 13 is not fast. 14 it says on the dash. So what speed were you getting when you were driving in the car? Like 100 and something? And I'm saying that
Yes. Yeah, we did go over 100.
and I'm saying that if I had a charger that put out 22 kW, I would be very happy with that. And this is putting out a whopping 14 right now, and it's a big fast charger.
When we went to drove up to watch the ice thing in Little Falls,
Yep.
and we stopped at Clearwater, we got 60. It was a 120 kilowatt charger,
Yeah.
and we got 60.
Okay. Well, this is 14. We're at 35 miles, so hopefully it speeds up a little bit. Battery temperature is 39. Not very high. So a mile every 2 minutes is what we're going up, and it says 17 kW. A lot of it's going to heating, and battery temperature is 44.6 degrees. Coolant temperature is 77 degrees. So coolant temperature is a lot warmer. Outdoor temperature is still negative 22. And on this screen you can see what percentages went to everything. So driving accessories 67%, climate settings 31%, battery conditioning 2%, energy used 39.7 kilowatt hours, and this was not actually charged all the way up, but I did charge it at work on level 1, and I drove a total of 73.5 miles. So this little trip we've done 52.8 at 2 miles per kilowatt hour, and I don't know if the charger is going to go any faster. It's soon to be ramping down because it's at battery city charge. It's almost at 40%. So at 50% it starts ramping down.
it won't be soon.
But it doesn't. I don't know if it's going to ramp down if it's not actually at a fast rate.
It's going to take a while to get to 15. We started at 15 on that. Now we're up to 17. Isn't that what?
Yeah.
Weren't we getting alternate between 14, 15? And then it went to 15, 16, and now it's at 17.
Yep.
And it's hanging in there at 17.
The question would have been if you plugged into level 2 to heat the battery up, then wait for it to plug into the fast charger. I don't know. I don't know how fast the battery is going to go
The
up.
question is really, if it's using, say, all this stuff. So if we turn off the climate change, will it change that number?
I don't know if that number responds to them or going into the battery. It went up to 18.
Okay, but now is this going to drop? Because it still says
But
30.
you're averaging, this is an average over
Okay.
40 kilowatt hours. So to see a difference, you're going to have to wait a while.
Well, let's wait a while and see.
I can hear the pumping coolant.
See, now it's at 18. And I wonder if some of the excess power is going into not drop to 17. Okay, we're coming up to 14 minutes, and we've gone up 7 miles. So we're on track for
30 miles an hour.
$14.15.
So we could just hear the pump change noise. The battery heater stopped. Battery's at 46.4 degrees, and the coolant temperature is at 75.2. Now it stopped making noise, and we went up to 17.8 going into the battery. I don't know if it really changed anything drastically once the heating stopped. Did this number change at all down here?
No. 67.31.2, that's what it was.
Okay.
It has not moved.
Come on. There we go. All right, so we've been at this charger for about 28 minutes, and we've added how many miles?
16 miles.
16 miles, but now the speed is up to
20 kW.
20 kW going in. Battery temperature is now at 50 degrees. Cabin heat is slightly reduced because it's already warm in here. Air temperature says -20. Car down here says -22. I tend to believe the car more because what I saw on my phone before. All of the other things on here that you can kind of see, I don't really know exactly what I'm looking for. It says C24.8 kW going into something. That's interesting that there's two different numbers. That must be power going into the car, and this must be power going into the battery. Did we learn anything?
That'd be like 3/4 going one way. So 3/4 of 25 is.
So is that, if I turn off the heat, does it match more? 21 and 24.
It hasn't changed yet.
No, it's not really changing at all.
Oh, this is going up,
22.
isn't it?
It appears to be going up. Yeah, so now they're the same.
No.
It went down.
Yeah.
It looks like it didn't actually go up.
Well, they're the same now.
So I'm saying running this
So,
might not even slow down the
didn't-
charging.
It didn't change the charging. It just changed the amount of power that
Going-
went into the car.
Going into the car. Interesting learning that. What else did we learn? Anything? You want to charge your battery, it wants to be warm, and when it's 10 degrees, it's not warm at all.
That would be true.
When it was 40 degrees, it wasn't warm. There's no way in the Bolt to tell the battery to heat up that I know of. It'd be kind of neat if you could say, hey, we're going to go charge. I don't care how much power you use to heat up the battery. Go for it, heat up the battery. I think in the Teslas that if you set the supercharger destination, that they do some stuff in the back end to say, hey, we're heading towards a supercharger, we're 20 miles away, let's start heating up the battery.
I don't know that.
No, and there's not. I don't know a way we can verify it. This is pulling data from the ODB sensor or ODB port to get all that magical stuff.
So it is good to know though that you can have the heat on and everything and sit in the car, and you're not slowing the charging of the battery.
Correct. I don't think you are.
You pay more for the electricity if you use
No,
one.
because all of this, it's not price per kilowatt hour. It's price per
time.
minute. Yeah.
So when you're a cold battery, you're losing money compared to a warm battery.
Yep. And I think that this one, since it's right-handed pin, it's priced differently than other ones, where it's like $5 minimum and 20 cents a minute. And I don't know if there's a starting fee. A lot of the other ones have like a $3 starting fee, and then it's 20 cents a minute.
And how high are you gonna go?
I don't know. I wanted to go above 50%. We're above 50% now. I just kind of want to see if it would go any higher. And it looks like if we see the battery change, the battery temperature change, it would be interesting, but it's not. It started at 46 and now it's at 50. And that might be just since the last time I opened the app. So I thought we got here and it was like 38 degrees.
Yeah, now we're going up to 2021. Well, it goes 1920. It's going 19, 20, 21 flashing. Before it was flashing 14, 15. So we learned that as we sat here longer, the rate that the power went in got higher.
Yep. But it's still not fast. I mean, there's
No.
there's some Teslas that can charge off of two-phase at 20 kW if they have dual chargers and they have enough amperage. But this car can only do 7.2 kW AC. Oh, we unplugged, and when I got outside, I could hear the fans kicking off on the DC fast charger. So even the DC fast charger at -22 was either heating or cooling itself. I don't know. I looked at the stats. I looked at the stats of the charger on here, and I didn't see it showing up. I wonder if it's free. I doubt it. But we're gonna go home now. We're at 59 miles of range.
So we picked up, 22 plus, right? Between 22 and 25 miles.
In 40 minutes. So I think it would do more than 30 miles in an hour, but not much. And let's just go through and just say what the battery stuff is. So battery temperature is 50 degrees, cabin heat's still running, -20 degree outdoor air temperature. Coolant has dropped down to 53 because it was higher than that before. And battery percentage is 54%. All right, and we've made it home. We've made it home. 2.0 miles per kilowatt hour. Driven 92.7 miles since we left this little adventure. And energy information, not that one. There we go. Today I drove, that looks horrible. I drove 59.8, drove 113.5 miles in 59.8 kilowatt hours. And the stats on the battery, got back home, battery's at 39.2 degrees Fahrenheit, and I did not see it kick on any heat. Battery coolant temperatures 50. Air temperatures -20.2, which is 22 degrees below zero right now. Battery state of charge is down to 19.6. My dad was kind of curious to wonder if I plug the car in now, if it will go at the full rate that my car charger can charge at, or if it will restrict it because it's a cold battery. But it's really not that cold because we saw it was like 39 degrees. Alright, so it's going to charge because the car is on. Don't know if it's going to charge at full rate. So what I might do is just kick off the car, charging, set it to immediate, which it is. Perfect. Home. And it says only putting in 2 kW. 2.8. 3.2. Should go up a little bit. Huh. A little surprised by that. One and a half. What is the car saying? It'll be done. Remote left in. Yeah, I know. I have it in my pocket. It says it'll be done charging at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. So the percentage I have on my battery right now dictates that it won't even be done charging by the time I already have left to work. Great. Here, can you hold this?
Got it.
Are you watching where it's recording?
Oh, it's red.
Oh, it's good. It can be red.
I mean, I can't see anything.
I know. It's backwards. You're filming yourself.
Oh.
You can't hold.
Ah, nuts!
What happened?
A little sheet of paper fell down. Oh, Gina, why are you rubbing it up against the camera? Gina!
I feel like I should be recording this part.